Welcome, Fright fans, to the horror show here at Game On Expo. I'm Jaime and Fuego with the lovely LIA MONTELONGO, who you probably know as Sindel, the main squeeze of Mr. Shao Kahn in the third installment of the Mortal Kombat franchise. How are you, miss?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome because of the fact that I'm talking with so many of these people from the games that I played when I was a little kid, and as I aged, I have still never forgotten them. So at the ripe age of 19, you got involved with this franchise. Like, were you a little scared, nervous? I mean, background as far as acting, martial arts, stuff like that you'd like to give us some insight about?
Sure. Well, I was actually trained a little bit in martial arts. I was taking some Taekwondo classes. Dance is primarily my background, a little bit of gymnastics, cheer. So I was already athletic. And then coming in and auditioning for Sindel, I wasn't really nervous because, I mean, as you can see us interacting now, we're kind of like a big family. So as soon as we met, we just all got along as friends and have really grown close. But doing the movements and the character, it kind of felt very natural. I never felt nervous, and I think the reason why is because we had no idea that it was going to be a legacy 25 years later. We had no idea.
Now, so was it just the first installment, or I'm trying to recall if you were involved in any later ones as far as like a motion capture process or anything in addition?
Actually, I was featured as Serena in Mortal Kombat Mythologies with Sub-Zero, so that was a lot of fun. So I was still on the green screen at that point, but had a little bit of acting opportunity there. And after that, I did model for Tanya.
Yes, in part 4. Yes, that's right. Yeah, she was a new character for that one. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So I traveled a little bit with E3 and met with the fans. But as the animation obviously took over, you know, we were really featured and able to do all the magic in 2 and 3. We all got back together at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. It was 5 years ago, and so since then we've stayed in touch, and we're starting to come out a little bit more to cosplay and events like this, which is really fun for us.
I have to ask, do you like scary movies?
Yes, I do.
Hey, I got one finally. Are there any in particular that messed you up as a kid or something like a lasting impression?
You know, interesting enough, I actually remember seeing the Dracula movies when I was really, really young. But I also remember growing up with Freddy Krueger.
Is he your icon then? Is he your favorite slasher?
He is, actually. He is. And I don't know. I never was so scared that I didn't think I would be able to face it if something like that happened. I was always kind of drawn to that.
So if you were Nancy or one of the girls in there, you're like, I would have kicked Freddy's ass. I would have gone toe to toe with him.
Totally, yeah. I would have kicked any of their asses. Yeah, and in fact,
Sindel would have.
Yeah, no. I always think like if Jason was coming, what would I do? And I was really drawn to Taekwondo because you use your legs mostly, and my legs are very strong. So I would just literally kick the shit out of them.
Jump kick right to the head, man. That'd be awesome. So with the levitation stuff Sindel did in the games, because I'm remembering that, did they use like strings or anything like that for you, or was that just pure green screen and they just moved you up in whatever fashion?
Yes, my levitation happened from a calf raise. I just literally lifted myself onto my toes, and the smoke that they, simulated behind us with the smoke machine was wonderful. But yes, it was a lot of green screen.
One more horror question. If there was a horror series you could have acted in, would it have been like Freddy, or would it have been something different? Is there like a iconic female role that you could see yourself jumping into?
Growing up, it was always Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, I wanted. And then for a little bit, I watched Alyssa Milano was on that with the 3 Witches.
Charmed, yeah.
Yeah, so that for a moment, is kind of like, but it would have been Buffy all the way.
Awesome. Well, being a horror fan, I had to ask a little bonus round question there. So, Ms. Montelongo, thank you so very much for taking the time to speak to us today. And make sure to check out all Mortal Kombat merch and stuff. Is there like somewhere where they can like connect to get photos or follow what you're doing? Any current pursuits or cool projects?
Yeah, actually, we're going to be at Kombat Con on September 23rd in Chicago. So you can kind of explore, find me on Facebook. I'm more than happy to share the details with you. You can also find me on Insta at LIA MONTELONGO. We are working on some really fun kind of collector's items that we're going to have featured at that show for the very first time. And then you can always reach out to me and I can give you details about how to get more photos and fun stuff. Personal developments, I'm definitely still an advocate of fitness and health and wellness, and moving forward with getting my yoga teacher training certification through Equinox. So any of you fitness goers out there, you can check me out at Equinox in Santa Monica in California, or just reach out to me, and I'm always happy to give you some fit tips and stay connected.
Awesome. Well, make sure to do all of that, Freight fans. I am definitely going to be doing that. And once again, Ms. Montelongo, thank you so very much. Gracias. And until more coverage coming from this awesome expo of gamers and nerds, stay scared.